Awesome. None of the shit showed up like it was supposed to. What's up, everybody? It's Cliff.
Of course.
It doesn't look like your guys' audio is showing
Can't see
here.
anybody on this.
There we
Yeah.
go. Yeah, no, so this isn't showing up, and it doesn't look like the audio is showing up either. This is great. We're off to a good start.
Does that work?
How to do that? That works.
All right.
How much of it did? There it goes. Okay.
Yeah, there it goes.
Oh.
Yeah. It's too lazy to send something to Cliff to change it, so.
I'm so confused as to why this is doing this, since how I have Zoom open, and everywhere that I have Zoom on here like I did before, is just not, it's not showing up. Zoom just does, oh, now it shows up. Cool, thanks. I appreciate that. I did literally nothing. I looked at the screen of why it wasn't working, and then it started working.
Well, do that next time.
Oh yeah, I should just start with that. Seems
I
so
like
much
how Sin
easier.
was the only one who started in the right spot.
I know what you're talking about. Everybody's in the right spot. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Cliff. Welcome to Adventures with Amethil. It's Tuesday. I have nothing. Well, shit. There's a bunch of things that I have, but I have nothing immediately. So let me go ahead and pull up your guys' thingamajigs. So, John, you have 8 player points. Melissa, you have 7. Sin, you have 7. Jake, you have 1. Who wants to do recap from last week?
I can try. I don't know if I remember everything, but I can
Perfect.
try.
Go ahead and
You'll
do
do
that.
better than me.
So we started off on our adventure towards. What were we going for again? I was following these guys along. I don't remember everything that they were putting out for. But started out journey with these guys. We headed out to try to find the dragon whose name I can totally remember off the top of my head.
Donovan.
Donovan. Got there to his lair. There was nothing there. No dragon, but all of his stuff was still there. So we decided to venture forward. Going from there, we traveled through a swamp in which we got mauled ferociously by giant alligators, or crocodiles, and some gnolls, so we took care of them. Post haste. There we finally got to the shore. Vardrock deployed his boat with his fancy little magical wave of his fingers, and all of a sudden boat appeared. Proceeded to get sick on it for weeks, with the only solace being found in alcohol, because, of course. Most of the time, Batsu tied himself either to the center pole or passed out on the deck from being scared of the open water. As we traveled, trying to keep our stomachs together, there was a ship that showed up on the horizon that started getting closer and then shooting at us. We left off just before we got to a close encounter with Batsu and Grimble debating on if they can run to the ship or not.
Yes.
Those are the highlights that I remember. Hopefully that does it justice.
Yeah. It seemed like a lot more, but so you get yourself a shiny little player point.
I love it.
So
I'm gonna do that every time someone rolls a 20. You're gonna hate me.
Speaking of 20s, as I segue over into the promotion part, we were able to get 2 emotes for anybody who subscribes. So, as Melissa just put there, we got the new 20 emotes, and we also have the new 1 emote, which anybody that subscribes, you get access to that. And if you subscribe using Twitch Prime, then you can subscribe to your favorite streamer for free. Ah, that feels dirty. So we have that. I have a few things that I'm working on getting going. One of them will be a there's gonna be 2 new interactions that are gonna be CliffCoin based. One of them will be to buy Nat 20s, and the way that I'm gonna do it is the Nat 20s are gonna go into a pool, and they expire at the end of each session. And anybody can choose to use them for their rolls. But once you use it, it's gone. So if one of you guys gets greedy and decides to use it, then it's just gone. And if you need it for something really special afterwards, then it's just gone.
Is one for the group, or is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so like you can buy them with the Cliff coins, and they'll just go into a generalized. Just imagine that there's a pile of D20s on the table for every time that someone buys one. There's one that goes on the table. Any one of you guys can use that, but once you use it, it's no longer on the table. At the end of the session, you say I'm staticky? Does it still sound staticky?
A little bit.
A little bit. Not as bad as
Better than
before.
what it was, but yeah, it's there.
Motherfucker.
Chill,
All right, see if that fixes it any. And yes, cosmic brownies are amazing. So
Wrong.
yeah, so anybody will be able to use them. Once you use it, it's gone. The second thing that I'm gonna do, I gotta figure out how I want to do it, but it was suggested on Twitter that the chat can give anybody a +2 to their attack or +2 to damage. So it could be to you guys, it could be to the monsters that you're fighting against. But it's going to be on a 15-minute cooldown. So when you use it, 15-minute cooldown, a message will appear in the chat, and the first person to use it can use it, and it's on a 15-minute global cooldown. So those are 2 things that I'm working on. I don't quite have them yet, but, you know, coming soon and shit. That's all I got right now. Anybody got anything before I hop into this intro?
Good.
Cool. So, let's kick off tonight's adventure from Amethil. Do the sword thing twice. Fuck you, Bob.
Swing, swing.
Adventures from Amethil.
So, before we hop directly into the nautical nuances, John, I need you to roll on the table for Clevens. You guys have been gone a week. Time to roll on the table to see how they did. If you click on the little thing that says tables on the right-hand side, you should only probably have 1 to roll on.
Speaking of that, how long is it gonna take fucking my guys to do their shit?
As soon as John gets done with his.
They fucking moved out and moved into Durian.
Oh, yeah, I don't use this mic. Yeah, no.
I don't have a tables button.
Oh. Blah, 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 blah. Go to the images, go to Dracarius, and then do it that way if you want, then.
Okay.
I don't think there's a way that I can assign a button to you on the fly. I mean, I can roll it for you, but I just know how you is.
Mm-hmm.
Rolls high. Yeah, that's good. Rolls low. Hold on, I didn't roll
Right.
it myself.
Let me tell my secrets.
Sometimes you don't think it'd be like it is.
But it would do. So you are actually going to be rolling with a +5 modifier this time. So make sure you do 5 in the modifier slot and then roll.
Okay, where the fuck is? Okay. So it should be under images and maps, right? What the hell?
Yeah, images and map, and then Dracarius. Do you not have that either?
It's not listed.
Where did I
Draconic Script, Dragonborn Skull. What?
DRO, bro. DRO.
Yeah. Cliff, your mic is still staticky, just so you know. It's not robot bad like it was at the beginning, but it's still...
It's still
Yeah.
annoying.
Yeah.
Here, let's see if we could fucking break it. Okay, how about now?
Wait, hold on.
Better.
Better?
There it is.
Okay.
Better.
Okay, cool.
Better.
So now I'm debating between buying a new PC and buying a mixer. So you rolled a 13, but you didn't do a +5, so it would be an 18. Which is +2 happiness, and you make 100% of your income in profits.
Dang.
So that's good things. That's really good things. So that means that from the Frostguard Festival and the events that happened, you guys managed to make, you covered all of your bills and expenses, and you made 12,345 gold profit for the week. And you maintain your +2 bonus going forward, so the next week you'll be able to do that as well. And that brings the total funds of Dracarius up to 97,307. Which, after everything is said and done, you're still about $3,000 in the hole if all the projects finish. If all the projects were to finish today, but they're not going to. So you're still going to be fine on that aspect.
Okay.
So, Sin, your group has been in Durian, attempting to get in on the illegal gambling den that they have there. In your mind, what is your party's goal for this event?
If they can't find a way to take it over, partnership with them where they send people their way and they help oversee the events and they get a profit in return.
Okay, so you're looking to link up a partnership, not to run it yourself?
Right.
Okay. And you sent 2 members of your party.
Yep.
What do you assume that each one of their responsibilities are going to be?
Hitch is going to be there in case of anything goes wrong, and Megami's going to be doing the talking.
Well, yeah. All right, cool. So, when they get there, there is a goblin in a top hat that seems to be running the show. And there is a large half-orc brute at the door that is kind of gauging anybody that gets in there. As Megami and Hitch approach this large being, he kind of stops them and he just looks and he's like, "Private party."
Should have sent them with some money, so any way they can buy their way in.
Go ahead and roll me a general charisma check with one of them. I'm assuming not Hitch.
I'll open all this shit up. If this would work for me.
How much money you got?
She slides him 20 gold.
And he looks over. And what about your friend?
Putting up everything right now. He slides over the same amount for himself.
We only got one spot at the table. You choose which one sits there. And he opens the door and lets you both in. Who's taking the hot seat?
Hitch.
All right, so Hitch sits down, and the little goblin, he kind of snickers a little bit. 20 gold minimum buy-in. But since how you guys are new here, it's 25.
Yep, puts it in.
Is Hitch proficient with gaming dice at all?
He should be.
But is he?
Trying to find out right now. Actually, I don't think he is.
All right. Go ahead and give me a solid 20 roll. So you lose your 25 gold. Everybody at the table is rolling die, and they're taking high die roll off of it. And the goblin wins it, and he kind of laughs a little bit, and he scoops up the gold coins and brings them back. He's just looking. He said, if you want to play again, 20 coin buy-in, and everybody starts to throw their coins back in. At any point, feel free to have Megami begin her business part of this.
Would I be RPing as Megami?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, Hitch is tossing in some more. And Megami's like right over his shoulder, looking at the goblin. So, word on the street is this is a fairly new gambling den.
Well, we had one set up for a little while, but some things happened there, and we had to lay low for a little bit. But now that the heat's clear, we were able to set up this new location.
Have you always been located in Durian?
Oh, of course.
Okay. And I take it you guys are all private party, not under any partnerships with anyone?
Who's asking?
The Black Diamonds, formerly from Sea Bluff, now moved location.
He kind of cocks his head back a little bit. You lose another 20 gold. He kind of squints a little bit. He's looking at you, and he pulls in the prizes and divvies up the winnings. I thought that you guys got erased after the volcano went up.
The town got erased. We are still going strong. We just moved locations, setting up. Had to lay low for a little bit. I'm sure you understand.
Well, that's one thing I could say that I do understand is laying low. So, what are you proposing? 20 coin
More.
buy-in again for the third game?
Yep. Fucking guy. Partnership if you don't have one yet. More customers for you. More security on both ends, and in return we get some.
So you're offering security to us, and in exchange, you get a cut of the profits.
More security, more customers from outside of Durian too.
Ooh. Roll me a d4. You make back 40 gold in profits.
Oh, about fucking time.
Well, let's hope that your protection is better than your friend's gaming is. $20 or 20 coin buy-in for the next round as well.
Yep.
And for Megami, go ahead and give me a persuasion roll.
Why is her persuasion so low?
Why do you got her doing persuading shit?
I was gonna say, yeah, fucking Hitch is proficient in this shit.
How is Hitch proficient in persuading?
No,
He's like
if he
drawing
was, I would be
pictures,
pretty
like-
mad.
He does charades.
He invented sign language.
If only anyone else could speak it.
And for the final game, go ahead and give me a d20 from him. Roll me a d8.
Ah,
So by this point in the game, through the conversation, through the haze of the smoke, and most of the people have cleared from the table, so you won back your 20 coin investment. And at this point, it's you two, the goblin. There's a human that's still there gambling, and then at this point, big guy from outside comes in and kicks him out, and then it's just the three of you in the room. All right. So what kind of clientele are you going to be able to bring in here?
we have lots of refugees from the fallout of Sea Bluff. They're looking to earn something, get some kind of money going to get situated again. And there are a lot of people I would be sure are willing to come here.
And what if we get kicked out of here again? Do you guys have a place that we could hold these meetings at?
In about a month. Be a whole new sewer system with a section built just for us.
All right. Well, you got yourself a deal for now. But if you guys try anything, big guy here, he ain't too keen to strangers.
Well, she like reaches out a hand. Wait, strangers no more. just partners, right?
And he does this little crooked smile and he shakes her hand. He's like, all right, see these two fine citizens out.
And Hitches put it like what little money he has left in his pouch.
All right, so as they leave, the deal is on the table. There's no money that you're bringing back really to the city with you, but you are bringing back this partnership that could flourish into, I don't know about lucrative, but it could flourish into good money.
All right.
All right, so now we flash over to the ocean.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun.
The sounds of cannons erupt and waves crashing against the boat. You guys are being shot at by this giant warship that is making this turn, this long, drawn-out turn, firing at you guys the entire way. I believe that we were on... Were we up to Batsu? I think we were at Batsu's turn to try to figure out what he was going to do.
We were thinking about it.
Yeah. Oh god.
So excited.
What could possibly go wrong? This,
Exactly.
Everything.
this plan could never fail.
No.
I can't swim.
Think my little stubbly fucking dwarf ass can?
Bodrak tried to teach me
They
at the
are.
beginning of the campaign, and I almost drowned.
But
Alright,
you didn't,
That
and you
makes
learned
sense.
enough to save your ass later. Mhm.
So you are, you guys are in the middle of the ocean, days away from the nearest major landmass. The waves are rocking the boat. You have this warship that is shooting at you with these cannons. It has 3 cannons that are facing you currently. And you guys are about 160 feet away from one another. You guys are heading eastbound at a steady pace, at an expedited pace, if nothing else, because the 5 crewmen and the captain have all just started rowing their asses off. The warship that is coming after you is facing west-northwest, making a turn, attempting to what would be your guys' assumption to make a spin towards you guys and sink the ship.
All right.
Get him, Batsu.
Yeah, Batsu is at the back of the ship right now, looking at this warship coming at us, and he like leans his head, looks back at the crew. He's like, "Slow down. Let him catch up a little bit." Dwarf.
Dwarf.
Grimble. Let's get some kind of explosives going.
Digs through his bags and he's trying to figure out what has he got in there. And he has this moment of realization where he looks over at the kegs that are sitting in the back of the ship. And he picks up an empty bottle and a cloth. And you just see this deep sadness come over his face.
Oh no.
It's like, I don't have anything in me bag, but we do have the swill. And he looks over at the barrels and just kind of sighs. We have to sacrifice the booze.
We have to what? Hold on. We have to what?
Do ye want to live or not, lass? And goes over and like rips the head of one of the barrels open, dips the bottle in, shoves the cloth in. He's like, "You, tall one, Fire. He just holds the bottle out to Vardrak.
Vardrak like snaps a finger, and at the tip of it, there's a flame there.
Travels up the cloth, and it's just sitting there like burning. It's like, wait for it to get closer. And he just hands it to Batsu. Doesn't say anything, just hands it.
And he's just holding it like, is this a drink before I do something?
He looks at him kind of like wide-eyed or side-eyed for a second. He's like, all right, you don't know. When it gets close enough, throw it at it.
Strange magic, but okay.
All right. With the amount of time that you guys are taking to do this, the ship fires another shot at you. What the fuck? Bruh. Interesting. Okay. One second, guys. Sorry, guys. One second here. Okay, let's see if we can do this here.
Why is it coming through on my phone?
Because you answered it on your phone. I don't have a better reason than that.
What are you calling on? What is this?
This is Facebook.
Oh God. I gotta have like Facebook open.
Yep.
The struggle is real.
Yeah,
Oh,
so I had an issue where my email address that I had my Facebook under was compromised. Switched it over, and now Zoom is not recognizing that this is a premium account. Somehow.
Oh.
Yeah. So we are gonna have to make do for 1 sec here, and I figured that this would be easier than trying to do all that. We can either do it on here or we could do it on Discord. What would work better for you guys?
Doesn't matter. Discord might be easier for you to overlay people's.
100%
Yeah.
it will be.
We used to use Discord, so yeah.
You want to do that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Sure, let me open Discord.
All right, sorry guys. Hold on 1 sec. I'll cancel on here. Okay. Everything's fine. All right. Boom. All right. Right. Yeah. This is completely the way that we do this. This is how professionals do it. Sin, and I don't think I have Jake on here. I don't know if I do or not. No, I don't. Can you add Jake in here? Up at the very top above, as long as you don't have it in full screen, if you look at the very top, it should say add friends. And did Melissa have a different one, or? Hey, I seen that she was there, but then she disappeared. Oh, there she is, I think. Look at me. I'm a professional streamer. All right. So cool. So now that we at least have you here, just need to verify with chat that you guys can hear everything that's going on still. I know you can't see any video yet, but we'll get that shit fixed right quick. Hey man, that's how I feel. All right, so while I'm doing this, just to keep things fresh, the cannon is attacking, and it is a hit on the ship. And it does 41 damage. You see this cannonball just come through and wreck. One of your barrels of supplies is crashed. And the steering oar that was in the back is just smashed into shreds. Just keep heading straight. All right, and so we're going to go ahead and switch this over to actual combat time. So, Batsu, it is your turn. It is still 160 feet. That's the spirit. You want us to slow down? And the captain looks over at Vardrak. Well, I mean, so you got the important shit, right? So let me see here. Yeah, that's no problem. I'll just do that. But why? I don't want to see. I'm glad my misery is good for everybody. Yeah, there are so many options because of these virtual inputs that I have. I could, but that would take even longer at this point. All right, what about now? All right, so we should be out of that, but we're not out of that. Okay, let's get out of that. There we go. Okay, any sound now? Stream improvement fund. Thanks, man. Hello? You guys are talking and I can't hear you at all now, so that's even better, apparently. We're doing great. Let me change this shit back. Don't look. So it has to... I'm assuming this is what's fucking everything up, but... let's just do this. Alright. Can you guys still hear me like this? I'm assuming a no because you're not responding? Okay, that's a no. Okay, no, that's fine. I was just making sure if that would work that way. So that's working, but I don't think it's still coming through for anybody else. Although I don't know because no one is fucking... Only Bob is relaying, so I need Bob's input here if you can hear you guys. Thumbs down? Okay. I mean, this is clearly Bob's fault, so, I mean...
Damn it, Bob.
Try turning it off and out again.
All right, so...
Wait, they're all there.
There you go.
They're all there.
Cool. All right. So,
There we go. All right.
There we go.
I will return to my side of the room.
I just had to curse
So-
Bob. That was the first thing I heard.
So now that there were absolutely no technical difficulties during the stream. All right, Batsu, what are you doing?
Fuck it.
Don't fuck the boat. Die.
Don't tell me what to do.
That's the short and sweet. Batsu said fuck it, and he pretty much exploded and ran off.
You have an icon now.
Awesome.
That's just so dumb.
I hope you measured
This is
correctly.
the dumbest thing.
All right. So, let's say like 2 seconds. He's there. He runs up the closest side he can get to of this boat to reduce fucking travel time.
Okay.
And as soon as he gets to the top where he can see like the flooring of the boat, he is launching this fucking potion with fire.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a improvised weapon attack.
How do I do that?
I think it might just roll off of your regular attack. But I will see. Hey, roll 20. Why even bother to have a link to improvised weapons if when I click it, it takes me to a blank page that just says improvised weapons?
Because it was improvised, clearly.
It's the roll 20 compendium, just to be clear. Improvised weapon is similar to an actual weapon. It can be treated as such. For example, a table leg. So you make a you use your proficiency bonus that you would use too. It says. So you just do an attack with the proficiency bonus.
How do you get the proficiency bonus for an improvised weapon?
Character
Isn't
is
there-
proficient with a weapon. Oh, I'm sorry. It's if the character is proficient with a similar weapon, then they're proficient with it.
How do you define similar?
Yeah. So
It's super vague.
Does Batsu use any throwing weapons?
he does, but he
his
uses
cards.
and I
I don't think I'm
the
gonna fling
card
this
would
thing
throw
like
the
a
same.
card.
So go ahead and do an attack roll with no proficiency bonus, which I'm assuming is going to be just a flat 20.
Nice.
And that is a hit. So go ahead and how are we gonna do this? So improvised weapons deal 1d4 damage, which that is nothing.
But this is kind of like,
Can I make an alchemy roll for it?
I don't think you can.
Well, if I made it,
I mean, I can do an. I don't think I got. Is there alchemy skill?
It's
I-
not.
I mean, there is, but no.
It's not the impact of the bottle itself.
Yeah,
that's
I'm not
doing
like
the
trying
damage.
to do bludgeoning
Right, no,
damage
it's
with
the
this
fire
bottle.
damage that's doing it.
yeah.
Right.
But there is an interesting little thing with how ships take damage. What would you say that the liquid is on this?
Probably some kind of whiskey, some kind of strong alcohol,
Okay.
like grain alcohol.
Yeah. So everything that I'm looking up for like homebrew for damage for a Molotov cocktail, the damage threshold on this wouldn't even be enough to affect the boat. So,
Well,
They
let's have
just
some-
ignore it.
well, yeah, because the way ships damage work is they have a damage threshold, and if you hit less than that threshold, it does no damage.
yeah. Well, that's shitty.
That's
So-
not how boats work.
It is. You don't know.
Like, I do know.
So-
I had a boat
You don't know.
when I was rich.
You were with for like 3 weeks.
But I still had a dad.
Let's see here. Let's do it as a fireball spell. Sin, go ahead and roll 8d6.
Yeah, man.
Also, is there a chance that there's anything on the deck, like if there's sort of like kegs or anything that he might have hit that has
Wow.
a chance to explode or
Look at those
ignite?
3 ones.
Oh my
Nice job,
God.
Batsu.
So what is your full action here?
Aim in the mast.
He, he's not really sure what this thing's gonna do, so he chucks his foot in the middle of everything.
Okay. So you throw it, you hear the shattering of glass, you see a poof of a flame for a second there, and the crew is immediately heading towards it and begins stomping it out. It has no real effect.
All right. Is there anyone like directly near me?
Yeah.
Throat punch.
Hold in the water.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have you have about 60 angry pirates.
All right.
For the record, as soon
Batsu-
as Batsu takes off, Vardrak is looking with this look of approval on his face, like, there goes a true Drakarian.
Oh.
We'll build a
Grimble
memorial
is
stone
holding
for
up
him.
his gun, waiting.
So as
She's
soon
still
as
got a bow out, but she's a lot less confident.
as soon as he sees the small flame that goes off, he like looks to the nearest seaman, and he's like, That was disappointing. And he takes off running.
It's from Vardrock. So you're gonna take off running back towards the ship.
Yeah.
Are you disengaging or anything?
That silence sounds a whole lot like
I
no.
do.
You say you're not.
No.
I don't think he can afford to.
All right.
Batsu.
I'm just picturing Batsu stopping, looking at this sailor, and he looks at him. It's like, well, that was disappointing.
He just has that moment in his head. Just God damn it, Gribble. Wasn't my usual.
Let me see.
What is your AC?
That's not a good question.
Don't answer without a lawyer.
It is 19.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a percentile dice.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
God.
Oh no.
That's good. No, really, that's good.
Okay.
So we're doing. We're gonna assume that there are 60 pirates on here, but only 28% of them could get any sort of attack off on you. So you throw this, and by the time that you realize what the hell is going on, 17 pirates jump you. And you are getting
They are
stabbed
fast.
and slashed, and you take 84 damage.
Oh, my God.
These people are fucking fast if they manage to jump on me.
He like just pops up the side. Oh no!
Yeah. So you throw that, and like for a second, it's like everything's still, and like as fast as you're moving, like the water seems completely calm for the moment here, and then like you're seeing their heads follow it, and like as you turn to run, they're on you. And you manage to like roll off, and you like fall into the water for a second, and you buoy yourself back up and just start running back. But yeah, you got some scrapes and bruises along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Vakta, it is your turn.
They never said it would work. Just said it'd be funny.
I'm.
Don't worry, we're sending you a Vagta.
No. No.
Yeah.
Just dives in, starts breaststroking it.
She's watching Batsu come back. Does he? Does it look like he won? Like, how is he acting?
By the trail of red, I'm gonna say no.
So he gets back on the boat, and like for a moment, you're like looking over at the warship, and it's still moving towards you guys.
We gotta get out of here. We gotta move.
Are you taking your turn? Are you?
No, she's going straight back to where she sat when she was rowing, and she's like, "We gotta go. Let's go."
Okay,
Just-
give me another athletics check, please.
Oh yeah, because I'm so athletic. Freaking strength checks and shit.
Doing
Flips
great.
on the deck.
5. She's just like, it won't move. You're going the wrong way. Oh.
How does this new thinking work?
We gotta move. I just grabbed this, right?
So yeah, you get back on and you start rowing, and you hear the shot of the cannon. Splash! Hits right next to you, soaks everybody on the boat. Is Ricard doing anything?
Yeah, he's everyone. I'm assuming everyone to his crew is rowing.
Okay.
As soon as he gets back on, he's like, "Yeah, let's go."
All right, I need a athletics check from him too, please.
He is the best at these.
He did better than
That's
Fakta.
the same thing, right? Yeah, it's the same thing.
I mean, it might not be if you have anything towards it, but yeah, that's fine.
No.
What's Ravage doing?
He's helping to row.
All right, give me a athletics check, please.
Skills. Oh, good. He's actually good at this.
Grimble, what are you doing?
Kind of looks back at Bonzo. Was like, that didn't work so well, did it?
Don't send me over there with a fucking toy gun and try to attack a warship.
He's still just like aiming his gun, looking back, trying to like decide what what to do. Well, okay. He just looks dejected and gets on an oar and starts rowing.
All right, give me an athletics check, please.
We're going nowhere, guys.
No, we're not.
And Vardrak.
Does it look like they're getting closer to us, or does it look like we might be pulling away?
You guys are pulling away slightly right now, but it's kind of hard to tell given the fact that the boat is making a turn, and you guys are just heading straight. So
Okay, it's still in the process of making that big wide turn.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Vardrak's just gonna keep going for it here. Let's see, athletics. Yeah, he's
So
just-
as of right now, there are no open oars.
well, he never really left his. Like he was rowing from last time. He like paused when Batsu said to slow down, but now he's just gunning it again.
Okay. So who's gonna be giving up their seat for Vardrak?
Probably
I will.
Grimble, because he wasn't on an oar and he was the last to go.
Okay. That's fine. Go ahead and give me athletics.
All right. Wow, look at that. 4 and a 5.
Is Kirla doing anything?
She's gonna try and patch up Batsu.
Yeah.
Hey, look, she's already targeting him.
It's almost like this happens a
Wow.
lot.
Batsu.
So
Other than crying.
Basu's laying on the floor, just cursing out Grimble, and he takes a second and he does his second wind. If I
You should target yourself.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Trade,
untarget
okay.
my warship.
Here, I got
Why
you.
is it anything's working?
I got you.
Alright.
Vakta.
Okay, another athletics roll.
Yep. Unless you plan on shooting at it.
Nope. I'm not gonna. Oh, hey, that's not bad.
No,
I'll
it's good.
take it. Yeah. Whew.
But you guys didn't have any high enough scores to really make a large difference in the speed. You're not You're not impeding the speed, which is good, but you're not. You guys don't have an engine installed yet, you know.
Shit.
There's not a thing wrong with the ship. In fact, she
Oh,
is-
good. The warship is wounded. So helpful.
And you guys hear another echo of the cannon shot as this one lands about 20 yards to your guys' north, just splashing off into the distance.
What time of day is it, Cliff?
Right now it's still early morning, probably about 5, 6 in the morning at this point.
Sun up yet?
The sun is starting to come up, but it's still foggy out, so it's really hazy.
Okay.
Ricard?
He gets up, heads over to Batsu, starts patching him up, then tells him, "You should row." He's not good at this. So he,
Look at these spaghetti arms.
all right.
Can't you change yourself into something that's useful?
Is that the yeah?
All right. Go ahead and give Ravage athletics.
Boom. I think I should start manually rolling these because the double clicks have not been rolling very high. Oh, doesn't seem to matter.
Gribble.
Since all the oars are filled, I guess I'm just gonna take a couple pot shots at the ship, see what happens.
All right. Go ahead and target it,
I am.
and go ahead and take your shot. That's a hit.
Sweet. Pew.
You can see your shot impact onto the side of the ship, but it doesn't seem to be doing much to it.
Reload and let's see. Let's give it a dazing shot.
I'm not sure you can actually daze this thing.
I mean, if we're doing that, I'm gonna fucking do a stunning blow on it.
You guys are welcome to do whatever you want to do.
Maybe
I just don't know how effective it would be.
The bow starts swaying.
No. So he aims for like the rudder and hopes to like, fuck with something there, like in the back of the ship. Because that might at least help. Because they suffer a disadvantage on their next attack.
Okay.
I'm gonna try it.
That's
Boom.
a hit.
Hot damn.
Your shot hits it, but it doesn't hit where you were aiming towards. It kind of just hits the side, and you can see the shot hit it and kind of skid off.
So that didn't work. Neat. I guess I'm done.
Bar drop.
Shit.
That's a waste of a crit. Trying to think outside the box here.
No, that's good.
Right.
If you would have passed the damage threshold, I'd have let you do it.
Damn it. Should have violently dazed it.
Massive shot. Burn the boat.
I think I can only do that once per day. Fuck. All right. Vardruk's like keeps looking back at this boat like he just wants to go over and fight so bad, but he's gonna keep rowing. Jesus, that's terrible. But better than last time though.
Get your shit together.
Is Kirla doing anything?
How's Batsu looking?
Still at half.
Batsu's all right.
If she thinks she can help him anymore, then she's going to.
Okay. All right, and we're back up at the top. Batsu.
Can you heal the boat?
Batsu takes over where Ricard was sitting, and he starts rowing too.
All right, go ahead and give me athletics, please.
Mommy not heal.
Brimble might be able to heal the boat.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Wow, you're proficient with it, and you rolled a 9. All right,
Impressive.
Ooh.
Damn.
And
Booyah.
she's muted
And
and
she's
celebrating.
I know. Her celebration is muted.
I was eating really crunchy cookies. That's my bad. Frozen Thin Mints. What you gonna do? Yay.
I need another 20 from you too.
Oh yeah.
Womp womp.
So you guys start pushing a little bit further ahead with all the extra support of rowing. Whether it was Voxa or not, it's hard to say, but.
Don't do it. Don't do it. No, no.
Oh no.
So as you guys start pulling ahead, you hear another one of the shots, and you guys just get this feeling that something's gonna happen. And no sooner than you hear this giant impact of metal breaking wood, and you guys just hear the wood splinter, and you guys have a nice hole in the side of your boat right now. It's not letting in any water just yet, but you guys do notice that the ship is taking toll. Ricard, what is he doing? You're muted.
I don't think he can even do anything right now.
He doesn't have any cantrips that would be useful or anything?
Looks over to Batsu and casts guidance on him.
Okay. If
Which one is?
if Grimble was talking about maybe repairing the ship, Ricard might have heard that.
Oh, sometimes you guys are staticky. I can't hear anything. This is why we switched off from Discord.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if Grimble was talking about that, then yeah. How do?
Okay.
Sure was.
Cast guidance on Grimble. That sounds like a better deal.
You gotta do that.
Yeah.
And there it is.
All right. And can I get an athletics check from Ravage, please?
Yep.
And actually, you know what? I don't think I moved the ship on the ship's turn.
No, it's fine. Damn it. you ain't gotta do that. My God.
Could y'all pick it up?
I wish I fucking could. I don't understand today.
So if you're gonna try to repair the boat,
Yarp.
I need a either tinker tool check or a wood, whatever the wood one is.
Wood carvers.
Wood carver's tools.
Well, seeing as how I have nothing on wood carvers,
Just You gonna go with that one then?
No, I'm gonna go with Tinkers.
So you begin mending the ship. Not really a lot you can do from this angle. You don't have much of effect with it, but you're at least you're hammering down some of the boards that are loosened and trying to figure out, like, from the splintered cargo crates, ways to patch holes.
Quick question, Cliff.
Yeah.
So with rage, it gives advantage on strength checks. Does strength checks include athletics, since that is a strength based skill?
I don't know if it does that or if it's purely strength checks. Let me look it up.
Okay.
You gonna rage out on his boat?
Yeah.
You advantage on all strength checks and strength saving throws. I would assume that it does.
Okay. Can I roll one more for Ravages with his rage activated then?
No.
Next round?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, we need all the help we can get here.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we're just going to keep this up because I don't think we have any better options. That's fucking better.
Kirla sees Grimble making the repairs.
She's going to assist him.
Yep, so she's going to go ahead and cast Horizon on him. So on your next repair check, Grimble, you'll be able to use an additional D4.
Woo!
Can she also assist him?
No.
Okay.
Batsu.
Rowan still.
Rowan.
Rowan Kane.
Ugh.
Vakta, the beefy.
Oh no!
What have you done?
Why did you drop the ore?
She exhausted herself.
Dislocates his shoulder.
So Vakta, what just happened?
When we all got sprayed with water, the oars got wet and her hand slipped.
Okay.
Yeah. No harm, no foul.
Yeah, no, that's all. She just kind of like, it's fine.
Give me a percentile die.
Oh no!
I'm really unhappy about this. I'm really unhappy.
Good. Maybe.
Good,
I don't
right?
know if it's good or bad. I'm really hoping it's good.
Give me another percentile die. Less than 50 is left. More than 50 is right. Okay. The folding boat, as it's going forward, because of one of the oars being dropped, starts to veer slightly to the right.
Wrong way.
Oh no.
Oh! What did you did?
You don't know it was me. Are you watching me?
Nobody can hear the thunk.
The only person. The only
Roll
person without a
perception.
paddle.
So Vakta, you feel the oar slip out of your hand, and you feel a slight tug as the boat kind of jerks a little bit to the right. And as it does, everybody feels the collision of another cannonball hitting the side of the boat. Boom.
We're all gonna drown.
Nah.
Ricard.
Grimble's still working on his thing.
He appears to be, yeah.
All right. Where is my shit at? I still got him targeted. All There you go, Grumble. Keep doing your thing.
Go ahead and rage ravage.
Yeah.
So this is the first time anybody in close quarters has ever seen this happen from Ravage. So, John, explain to me what he does.
He starts like gritting his teeth, and like you can see like there's like just like foam coming out of the sides of it as he's like breathing, and he's just like his chest keeps heaving like more and more. And next to him, Vardrug's like, keep focus. And like you just see like this guy is like almost not here anymore, and he's just rowing his fucking ass off.
Go ahead and give me an athletics.
Oh, that was supposed to be an advantage.
Yeah, I think that your 15 is probably good, but it doesn't do an advantage for athletics apparently.
Oh, it doesn't?
I'm guessing not. Even it says on all strength checks and strength saving throws, but I guess an athletics check doesn't count.
All right.
But go ahead and roll another one, since how I said.
Okay. Yeah. We'll sell for the 21.
So you hear him you hear him scream like that out that battle cry, and he begins rowing, and you see him correct the boat and pull it back onto path. Gribble, go ahead and give me a on the modifier on the bottom left.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, no, don't do that. I lied. Just go ahead and do a tinker roll and then do a d4 roll after.
Did that not give him the?
Oh yeah, that
guidance?
didn't give me the concentration or whatever it was.
Guidance. Oh, you casted it on yourself.
Wow.
Yeah. Way to fucking go.
G.
So
No read.
let me get rid of this, and let me see here. What is guidance? Is it another d4?
Think so.
Yep, go ahead and roll another d4 too.
Ah, good. That
So
helps.
it's 21. All right. Go ahead and roll me a d20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're patching up the holes, and through the help of Kirla and Ricard did something. You managed to heal the boat. 13 damage.
Ew.
Bardock.
Yeah, he's still just going at it until someone says otherwise. Because on the water, he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Yeah, there we go.
Batsu,
And
get out
Kirla-
and push.
Kirla is still assisting Grimble as well.
Yep.
All right, Batsu.
Yeah,
Get out
everything
and
I'm back.
push.
All right.
I'm only kind of kidding.
Just need you to Superman punch the other boat.
Just one for all. Just, no.
That, I don't know if that worked or not, and if you guys say anything, I can't hear you, so I can't. Tell if it
I know
did.
Yeah,
21.
it worked.
Uh-oh. He's gone.
Oh no.
Yeah, he.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, he's back.
It worked. You're good. You did good. Vakta, time for redemption.
Oh no.
Don't drop it this time.
Drops the other oar. Oh,
God,
God.
I'm not. Why? This is important, dice. I'm changing the dice color.
Fucking shoot their sails or something.
It didn't work when I tried that last time.
Try it again.
Keep shooting.
So, the fog starts getting thicker, and you guys lose vision of the ship altogether. You're still hearing the shots ring off, and you're hearing the kerplunk and splash of cannonballs hitting the water. But it seems to be drifting further away from where you are. And after a few minutes of it, the sound of cannons stops altogether. And all you have now is the eerie silence of the open water.
So that was the thing.
Let's not do that again.
Yeah, next time I'm heading straight for it like I wanted to, and I'm gonna just beat the living hell out of everything on that ship.
Oh my god.
Batsu, how many were there up there?
Batsu?
Patsu,
Batsu!
you can't hear us.
There were about 60 of them.
Thanks, Batsu.
About like 60.
Doesn't sound like enough to me.
We couldn't turn around.
Oh, don't tempt me.
No.
I want that ship. Well, Captain, we should probably change headings or something so they don't just follow us in a straight line.
Oh, I'm already way ahead of you on that one.
Good.
I'm just going to need a few minutes here. I got to repair this steering oar.
Grimble's still like patching up the holes, trying to make sure there's no leaks or anything.
So, at this point, I want to open up a poll for the viewers.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
You guys earned a community event from last week, and we are going to do it with this one. And I got a new fancy overlay for it. So, you guys get to vote on what happens to the party.
Yay, Bob decides their fate. Do we get to vote?
Nope.
Can we vote anyway?
Sure. I'll just exclude you from the votes. It tells me who's voting.
Ah.
Making new account.
That'll work. Just make sure they subscribe with Amazon Prime.
Name
That's
it
how that works, right?
not John.
If you do that, it'll be the funniest thing.
Then make a third account that's called Totally Not John.
Yes. He'll never know.
That's good.
Hi, Brittany.
John says hi.
Bye.
So the captain is repairing the oar, and some of the crew have stopped rowing to get together the salvage remains of your guys' goods and to be able to put them back into any of the free spaces that are there. You guys have like grain and rations spilled out all along the bottom of the boat. You've lost quite a few days worth of supplies of food and water. Obviously, there's a lot of water around you guys, and you could risk that if you wanted to.
Is it freshwater or saltwater?
It is freshwater. And,
Freshwater ocean? That's weird.
What are you? It's not necessarily an ocean.
Fair.
What are you guys doing in the meantime?
What are we doing, King?
Like over the course of how long are we talking?
Over the next few hours.
Vardrak's gonna immediately start talking with Ravage over like basically kind of imparting upon him the teachings he learned about controlling his temper and focusing his rage at something. And he just wants to focus on that because he doesn't want to be, you know, on this small little dinky boat with a rage monster. But for the next few hours, that's really all he's doing unless he's needed elsewhere.
Okay. Vakta?
How seasick have I been? Because I have not been rolling well with that.
We can attribute that to you still being a little queasy.
Okay.
Sin, are you still alive?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
All right.
What is
He says he's
Batsu
doing
been
great.
Laying somewhere on the ship, trying to sleep off his injuries.
It's going really well. You love how the sea is bouncing you up and down. And Grimble, what are you doing?
Probably still trying to patch up the ship.
Patch up ship? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
With the thousands and thousands upon votes that we have here.
Yeah.
Or Bob.
As you guys start working on this, it grows dark, and the fog's still pretty heavy right now. And after a while, the captain advises that you guys actually rest for the night. So everybody gets into their area that they comfortably fit into. And you guys make do for the night. Give me a percentile die, Jake. Right click on the D10.
Yeah.
All right.
Right in the middle. Non-committal.
Too shabby. You managed to heal up another 33 points on the boat. And
Repeating, of course.
what's that?
I said repeating, of course. Leroy Jenkins reference. Nobody gets me.
And, and as you guys are sleeping, you're awoken by the sound of bells tolling. And as you guys open up your eyes, cutting through the fog, you see what appears to be light. Maybe lanterns or some form of small light peeking through the fog.
Vardrak steps up next to the captain. Says, "Is that something we should be worried about?"
Could be a trade vessel, or it appears to be a smaller dinghy.
Dingy.
Really? Really?
The captain throws Grimble off the boat.
I told you last time.
All right, that's enough.
Oh, Cliff, can I roll on my amelioration real quick for last night's rest?
Sure.
Sweet.
All right, that is a success.
Is everybody else awake at this point?
Yeah, the tolling of the bells has woken everybody up.
All right. Let's be on the ready, but let's not look threatening. And we'll wait to see what this is before we react.
You see Ravage standing there like,
Was that a short or a long rest, and did my coin of fate apply to that? If it was a short.
what was your coin of fate?
Short rests act as long rests.
It was a long rest.
Okay,
but
so it doesn't matter
was
anyway.
Before you rolled that anyway.
Okay, fair.
But yeah, it was a full rest.
Okay.
So as the fog begins to clear, you see that there is just this small sailing vessel, with one person standing at the front of it, holding up a lantern, 4 others rowing, and through the break in the fog, he sees you, and he just shouts to you, "Ahoy there! Fair morning to you!"
Vardrek just kind of looks over at the captain and says, "You should probably do the talking."
And the captain kind of nods. "Morning, how the water's treating you?" "Couldn't be better, couldn't be better. Min. And he starts kind of waving them on towards your guys' direction, and you see that the boat begins to make a turn towards you guys. And the boat ends up pulling up towards the side of where you guys are at, about 10 or so feet away from you. You guys on a long trip?
Oh, one could say that.
Looks like
He's
you
like
guys-
resting a hand on his hammer underneath his cloak.
Oh, looks like you guys have seen some action recently. These scars look fresh here on the boat.
Ran to a little pirate trouble.
You gotta be careful out in the open waters. Are you guys in need of any supplies or anything? We have some extra here.
You giving or selling?
Oh, well, selling, friend. I mean, I have to make a living too.
What sort of wares are you offering?
Well, it depends on what you're looking for. We have a few odds and ends here, a lot of rations, some fresh skins of water, and he kind of looks over at Grimble and he's like, "That's a nice gun you got there."
He just looks back at him, kind of draws back a little, and he goes, "Aye, it is. Thank you."
"That looks almost as good as this one here." And
Oh,
he bends down and he pulls out this rifle. It is this beautifully carved wooden rifle that, whether he would admit it or not, it's one of the most beautiful rifles that Grimble's ever seen.
He like starts to like puff up his chest to get all defensive, and he just, "Hey, that's a nice one too. Where'd she come across that?" He's just staring at it.
He's like, "Oh, I made it. This is what I do.
You made it.
I made it."
Because I've heard story of others who could compete with me, but I never thought it to be true because nobody has ever beaten me.
That's because you haven't win against me, friend.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Mark likes more. Oh.
And what might your name be, lad?
It's Talcian.
Halcyon
of the Great Seas. I'm sure you've probably heard of me. But I'm not here to squabble over the magnificence of this rifle. I was just hoping to help you out if possible.
You can help me out by selling me that gun.
Well, that might be arranged. I mean, here. And he kind of like nods at one of the deckhands, and they row the boat a little bit closer, and you guys feel as the boat kind of hits the side of yours gently. And he reaches up and he hands you the rifle.
Thinking out of game, one moment.
Yep, I know you are.
Take a real good look at it. Does it look like the material is like all genuine, and like it actually is what it appears to be?
Give me a perception roll.
Fuck.
It is the most beautiful craftsmanship you have ever seen on a weapon. It's like it's loaded. Go ahead and test it out.
Wow, this guy's confident.
Okay. Turns around and like kind of whips it like at the party on accident. Just like looking for something to hit, and then he realizes he's out in the water.
Oh, you want a target? Give me that apple. And one of the deckhands throws him an apple. He's like, all right, I'm gonna toss this into the air.
Okay.
And he throws this apple up into the air.
Takes a shot at it, aims up, and lets him go.
It handles beautifully. There's barely any kickback to it. It's super smooth. You hit the apple, it explodes and rains down this yellowy red paste all onto the water. As you're like holding this gun, you start to get these like waves of nostalgia from when you were creating your gun. What are some of the distinct feelings that you are feeling right now?
It's like that sense of a strong sense of power. Like there's something that is not magical or not just made out of pure steel, yet it still has all of this power that can be used fairly simply, but still takes a mastery or a certain level of mastery to use properly. But just feeling very much in awe of like how he was able to balance the shot and how the blowback and recoil and everything was managed. Like just very impressed that he has been able to find somebody else that's able to do it other than him.
And like as you're getting these feelings, you look back at your gun, and it just seems like tarnished, or just not as polished as like you were remembering it being.
Okay.
Look back at George. It looks like shit now. Like,
He looks back at mine and goes, I should probably clean her a bit more often.
And like you're noticing that there's like seaweed like wrapped around the barrel of the gun.
Okay. As he's examining it, he looks back at the other captain and says, What be the plans for?
And as you say that, like, you're feeling that, like, you're choking. And you realize that you were dreaming this, and you are currently under the water.
Oh.
Fuck.
Okay. Can I tell which way is up?
I mean, you're kind of floating, and at this moment, you're in this kind of suspended gravity, and it's just darkness all around you. You just know one thing for sure is that you are underwater.
Okay.
Please give me a Constitution save.
Shit. Where is that? There it is. Saves. Where? Okay about that.
You kind of get your bearings a little bit, and you like hear this low rumbling noise coming from all around you. That sounds like there is some sort of an animal or something near you, and it sounds big.
Good. Yes, good. Crocodile round 2, only in the open water. I feel so good about this. Okay, starting to look around, trying to find a source of the noise.
Yeah, you can see nothing. You take your best guess at up and just begin swimming. And as you check to realize none of your equipment is with you.
Am I naked?
No, your clothes are there, but your gun is not there, your bag is not there.
Okay. He starts, panicking a little bit, because he never goes anywhere without his bag or gun. Still just trying to swim up, trying to figure out what the fuck is going on.
And you start hearing that growling getting closer and closer. Give me another Constitution save, please.
Aha!
Nice.
He sprout gills.
Water dwarf.
As you make it to the surface, you can see it's a huge storm. The skies are a deep, deep blue with gray clouds just whipping by. It's thundering. It is raining. By the time you take all this in, you're pushed back under by a wave. You swim back up to the surface, and off in the distance, you see what looks like the wreckage of a ship.
Go start swimming towards it, I guess.
As you get closer, you realize that this is your guys' ship. And
Well, shit.
from what you can tell, one of the areas that you had patched has torn asunder, and you can't tell if it's something that you may have done or if something else happened, but it looks like there is a giant hole that is originating from one of the areas that you patched.
Couldn't have been my fault. My work is perfect.
As you search the wreckage, you see that there are pieces of wood just floating about, and off in the distance slightly, you can see what appears to be someone slumped over one of the pieces of driftwood, and
Gross, no.
they're being just pulled down by the water, and you see them resurface, and you're seeing that their body really isn't even reacting to it. They're just slumped over this piece of wood.
Well, they probably did, but I should go check on them. Go swim over.
As you do, it is the sailor that was showing you the nice gun.
Is he alive? Can I tell?
He's not moving. You can give me a medicine check if you want, though.
Da, 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 da. Huh. Yeah.
He appears to be breathing, but his skin is cold. It's turning blue. He is soaked all the way through, and he has not moved the entire time.
I'm gonna swim up to him, kind of like flip him around so his back is on the wood, grab him by the collar, and just slap him across the face as hard as he can to try to like wake him up and get some sense into him. And he just yells at him, "What did you do to me?"
As you slap him like that, he opens his eyes and they are glowing yellow. And from his shirt, these tentacles appear and start wrapping around you. Go ahead and give me a strength save, please.
A what save?
Strength.
Okay.
This doesn't end well. Trust me, I know.
Struggle as you may, you cannot break free of this grip.
Oh no.
And this thing grabs you and pulls you under. And it is pulling you deeper and deeper.
Good.
Give me a death saving roll, please.
Oh shit.
How do I do that?
On the main page of your card at the very bottom.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Sorry. Did not mean to click twice.
Why are you getting a +5 on that?
I don't know.
Oh.
Vardrox.
Yeah, you don't have that. So you roll a 7. You are feeling the water rushing into your lungs. Your screams are met with nothing but gurgles and bubbles. As this thing is looking at you dead in the face, smiling this creepy, elongated smile, staring directly at you with these glowing yellow eyes.
Hi,
Give me
friend.
another death saving throw, please.
Oh god.
You fight it off as best as you can, and you're struggling to get free from this. But it's still pulling you deeper and deeper. And again, you hear the sound of this large creature. And it sounds like it's getting closer. Give me another death saving throw, please.
Boom!
Ooh.
Spicy!
You break free of the grasp of this thing, and as you begin to swim towards the surface, you see this shadow off in the distance, growing larger and larger as you're making your way to the surface. And as you start to see the top of the water breaking, you see these giant yellow eyes and these giant teeth of this fish-like creature that is coming right towards you. And as you break the surface of the water, you wake up.
Am I standing there just holding the gun?
You're in the boat, asleep. Everybody else is asleep.
Is the other boat nearby, or is it just our boat?
Do you
What
not
other
see
boat?
any other boat from where you are?
Okay. And the water's all calm and everything?
It's a little rocky.
Okay. Kind of wake up with a little bit of a noise, trying not to, like, alarm anyone unnecessarily. He's pretty steadfast in his thought of, like, normally pretty steadfast of, like, what his perception of the world is. Hasn't really dealt with too many kind of, like, mental type attacks. So he's just kind of carefully staring at everyone and keeping an eye on the... Not really saying a whole lot.
Yeah, as you're looking around, everybody's still sleeping. You're the only one that appears to be awake. And you hear the sound of bells tolling in the distance.
Nope! He shouts it as loud as he can. Just, like, can't quite contain himself.
Yeah. Between that and the bells, everybody wakes up. And as you guys wake up, through the fog, you can see a light source. It looks like it's from a lantern or some small light.
Fuck this.
Turn away now. He just barks it at the captain. Just doesn't even look at Vardrock, just staring straight at him.
So, what's going on?
Do not go near that light.
What is it, Grimble? Have you seen something like this before?
Not seen it before, but just now. I described to all of them what I just saw and everything that just happened. He's got just this mighty look of concern. His gun just perfectly poised at the light source coming in.
So you had a bad dream.
It was more than a dream, lad. That felt real.
Okay.
Would anything
weird-
come up if he were to cough real hard or anything like that? Like would he cough water or anything?
No.
Okay.
Probably not. I mean, maybe. Depends on what he was drinking last night. Off in the distance, you hear the sound. Ahoy there!
No! No! No!
You know, we've been through enough weird ass shit. If he's freaking out about this, let's not. We have seen some really weird things, okay?
As you wish. Vardrock goes to the front of the boat. This is on your way.
And you just see this guy standing there, and he's waving you on. He's, just checking to see if everything was all right.
Everything is fine. On your way.
Grimble
All right.
chokes up on his gun, pulling it in a little bit more securely.
All right, man. Steadfast. And you just see him kind of wave as he fades back off into the curtains of fog.
Vardrock just keeps an eye on them until they're completely out of view.
What was the name of that guy one more time? Cliff?
I don't even remember now.
Come up with a name for him so I can write it down.
It was something started with a T.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
T guy. Yes.
Just
Yeah,
don't
those
trust
dreams
anyone with the
fade
name
pretty
that starts
fast.
with T.
I mean, if you want to, give me an insight check.
I was so into that story, I didn't even fucking think to remember.
Yep, started with a T. You're right.
Damn it!
Don't worry, I'm sure it won't come up again.
Of course not.
Trust nobody whose name starts with T.
Yeah.
None of y'all remembered it either.
It wasn't my
We
story.
didn't have the dream.
What dream? So the captain just starts pulling full speed ahead with the boat, and it's just water as far as you guys can see.
Just stop drinking that seawater. Some of y'all are going crazy right now. One guy's foaming at the mouth. I'm pretty sure that's not good.
Vardrock is starts doing morning exercises with Ravage. He's anybody's listening in, you can just hear him coaching him on things to do, and Ravage is intently listening. However, Vakta starts hearing something a little different. At first, again, it's the same thing as usual. It's just you just hear it, and you can't really make it out. But then you start hearing Vardrak's voice pierce through it like clearly. And you hear things like, I will be a better king. What if this doesn't work? We have to keep pressing on. And then all of a sudden, like, it's like quiet for a moment. And then you hear, if he were here, he'd be proud of me. And then all of a sudden you start hearing the like sounds of battle. And then you hear Vardrak yelling out, "Brother, no!" And then a loud explosion. And then nothing. And again, you look over at him, he's just doing like push-ups on the boat next to Ravage.
Yeah, she's just gonna like shake her head and pretend it didn't happen yet again because they can't both be hearing voices, they can't both be crazy. They kind of came to run, someone has to appear sane. So she's just like, oh.
Yeah, give me a Constitution check.
Oh, well, fuck you too.
And what's Batsu doing while the morning routine is going on?
Keeping his mind off of everything. He is like walking up the main sail, walking down, walking up, walking down, and just keeping himself occupied.
And besides still holding his gun and looking off in the distance as the boat went, what is Grimble doing?
Whole lot of that. He's just real steadfast, just not really engaging in anything else, just like playing Overwatch, just keeping an eye out.
All right. And the rest of the day, I mean, really is more of the same for what you guys are used to. At this point, you've been on the water for just under 2 weeks. You're starting to get your sea legs where you're not feeling seasick every time you do something. It's to the point where Vardrak, you're starting to get comfortable enough that you can do your ameliorations. Batsu, you're starting to get the feeling back that you might be able to continue working on your blacksmithy.
Sweet.
For the next week, there's really not a lot that goes on. The weather is fairly clear. You guys are just bobbing away. The captain has assured you that you guys are making good time, that you're well on the way to where you need to be. John, go ahead and give me another roll on the Dracarius table with a +2.
All right, so +2. Shit, I gotta bring that map back up so I can have the little button. Okay. Wow, yeah,
no.
I definitely want to re-roll that shit.
You sure?
Yep.
Yeah.
That brings you down to 6 points.
All right.
Go ahead.
That's
That's
better.
better. Oh, Jesus.
That's a little bit.
Come back and the kingdom's in fucking ruin. Like, God damn it.
Who'd we leave in charge?
God damn it, Steve.
Told you, never leave Steve in charge.
Fucking Steve.
So, so as you guys are on your way, one of the early mornings, you hear the cawing of a bird.
Grimble still doesn't trust it. He's just freaking out, looking around.
Sound.
Birds are
sound
good.
that isn't water.
And Cliff, real quick, we can come back to this later, and just keep the scene going. But how many rolls can like Vardrak and Batsu do on their skills in that time?
I'm gonna say 1 a week.
Okay.
Because otherwise you're gonna be max everything by the time you get there.
That's fine.
But we're not there yet.
Okay. He's like, doesn't a bird mean a good thing, like land or something?
That's where they tend to find them, yes.
We should row towards more birds. I miss land. Land is better than water. Water sucks.
So as you're saying that, this white bird lands on your shoulder.
He looks over and like bares his teeth in his fangs.
It looks at you and it just kind of turns its head sideways.
Better not be.
Batsu got a card ready. He's like about to fling it at this thing.
Gribble's still got his gun up, just pointed at the bird and indirectly Vardrak's face.
At the same time, like Vardrak's get like a fireball in his palm and is just slowly raising it to his shoulder.
Confused. Because why the hell are all of you so violent towards a bird? Buck is just
Chicken
like,
sounds delicious. Is Vakta saying something?
she's just standing there. She looks incredibly confused and just has the most "what the fuck" expression on her face. Just like, what?
And as you guys are looking at this thing, and it's staring right at you, Vardrak, it begins to talk.
Okay, kill it.
And it's like, it says, Vardrak, it's me, Demius, the mage from Dracarius.
Oh. And then he like extinguishes the flame. How's it going?
I'm elated that this message received you. I wanted to keep you abreast. What is his name? Zuminer, yes, him.
Yes.
He told me to send this message to you to let you know that Dracarius is doing well, that we are still feeling the great effects of the Frostguard Festival, and that business has never been better for the city.
Ah, excellent. Has a green dragon shown up around there?
What? No. Why? No. There's no dragons.
Ah, damn it. Where's Zuminer? Put him on the bird.
That's not how this works.
God damn.
Zuminer, is that you?
Listen to me. He wants to talk to you. No, I can't put you on. That's not how this works. If he could hear you, he could hear you. He can't hear you. Listen to me. And you're just seeing this bird's just...
Fucking bird.
I can be a bird. I'm good at that.
I wanted to let you know that from everything that's been going on, that we were able to make a 200% return on our profits from what we had No, you cannot. It doesn't work that way. I will update you when I find out more. And the bird just flies.
He's like, and Varjo looks back at everyone else, and he's like, "Wait, you guys can hear the bird too, right?"
Can we?
We could, right?
Well, yeah. This thing was
Okay.
speaking in common, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You gonna-
Button's like, I didn't hear anything.
No one.
Grimble's like, yes, but doesn't put the gun down. It's still just pointing at
Okay.
Okay, so everyone else can hear it too. All right, we're good.
And then you hear like a... And it flies back. And the keep is finished.
Yes.
Flies away again.
We have a second house to go back to.
All these people losing us coins. Bullshit.
You just got.
I know! Said all that stuff.
So as the bird was flying away, Vakta, you noticed that it drops this pouch that lands right next to you.
I'm snagging that up.
And you find inside of that pouch there are 788 gold coins.
Yes.
And everybody lost a player point.
Fucking
Yeah.
Christ. Come on.
Table of fate. Table of fate. Table of fate.
So that happened
Fucking
too.
Mom.
Y'all are rude.
Rob, you didn't choose thing to roll fate on.
Why, Cliff? Stop encouraging him.
No. So if you do fate without putting a name next to it, it still
It
takes
just says
the 100 coins.
Oh.
So
Damn it.
him doing that took the 100 coins away from him. That's why I gave it back to him.
Damn it.
Stop fixing him.
Don't enable him. I don't trust him after last time.
Oh, who am I fading? I've gotten a good one and a bad one, and nobody else has been faded yet this game, I don't think. So, someone else.
Whoever you want. Oh, it's so pleasant sounding.
Silence.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so the bird flies off in the distance. Grimble's still eyeing it. And the captain's just like, what in the world was that?
Oh, that's our mage back at the kingdom. He's doing well. He does magic-y things.
He's a bird?
No, I think he was speaking through the bird like one of our companions used to be able to do, kind of, I guess. I don't know. He could see through it. I don't know.
Bird mage.
Yeah, magic-y stuff.
They'd have bird mage? I don't...
No, the mage is an elf, but he's talking through the bird.
One might say that the bird is the word.
Captain throws Grimble off the boat.
Oh, he's dying! No!
He starts having flashbacks. Not again. I just picture this like deadpan look of him not even looking at Grimble, grabbing him and just.
Okay, that's enough. Bloop. Yeah. So, if you want to, John, go ahead and give me an amelioration roll.
Yay.
I'm gonna be right back.
Yep. And has Batsu been well enough to work on his gauntlet at all? Yo, you don't get a plus 5 on that shit, by the way.
Huh?
So you don't get that plus 5 on there, by the way.
Okay.
It's still pass, but
After this,
Can I start
after
with
this last week, he's good to start occupying himself.
What caused the +2 effect?
the plus 5 you're getting from... I don't know. Oh, you must have did it from when you did the mod. Like when you were rolling for the town. For some reason it didn't do it for that, but then it did it afterwards.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so you just barely succeed at that. So you both are good. So you guys got Fardrock over here with these heavy ass weights on. Like you see him like leaning, like wrapping his legs around the edge of the boat and like leaning off the side and like putting his head under the water. And like pulling himself back in, and you know Batsu's been steadily trying to shape this gauntlet into fingers and
Can I also start working on a thing, or is that a specific thing they're doing?
No, you definitely can. For any of the crafting that you have, so I think that we already established that you can make like gunpowder and like ammunition.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to do that, what we would do with it is go ahead.
My idea was I wanted to try to recreate that gun that I saw in my vision, like over time, just try to like obsessively try to remember what it was like and copy it.
Ooh, okay.
Or modify my gun to look like it.
So you could do either one of those things if you want to. I am completely all right with that. But if you modify your gun, it is possible for you to destroy it.
I'm gonna make a new one.
So let me see here. What did I have for... Where are my notes? Hey, where are my notes? I could have swore that I had notes for the gunslinger.
Notes.
Right? 5e gunslinger.
Boats.
So, okay, so, the type of weapon that, he had, is one that you've never seen before, that you've, like, seen other people with, and the design was different than your own, so you're almost, like, starting, like, to create this thing from scratch, like, just from that dream that you had.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna cost for the first part of it. It's gonna cost 300 gold worth of crafting reagents to get this going. So you have
I think I only have 100 right now.
So you have 100 right now. So you could, if you wanted to, you could buy some off of like Batsu, or he could give you some if you really wanted to be nice. I think everybody actually has some reagents on them that they could give or sell to you.
Oh, do I? Because if
You have 108, and Vakta has... God, I hate scrolling through this. She has 108 as well.
Is Grimble actually asking for items because Frederick's not gonna?
Well, right, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I figure he'd be like trying to piece together plans and kind of like talking out loud or like thinking out loud of like, oh, I need this and I need this, and just like kind of crazily running through what he might need in his head, and you guys like overhear him.
Well, Varduk starts rummaging through his gear and everything, and he says, uh, Batsu, can you improve? Wait, he is
I think he
in
got
here.
knocked out.
Oh no.
Again.
I mean, he's here in spirit.
Uh, okay, I'll ask you, Cliff. Besides, being able to work on improving his skill, is he able to actually make modifications or improvements to armor or weapons while we're on the boat?
Yeah, yep. So he could still do anything that would be feasible to be able to do on a boat. So like hammering out dents or things like that he could do. I mean, if we're talking about like reforging something, no.
Right.
But yeah, same thing goes with that there is a potential that it could be destroyed.
Right. Okay. Verdrick's gonna pull out all of his reagents and everything. He says, well, what do you need, Grimble?
Little of this, little of that. He starts pointing out stuff in the big pile that he plops down. Don't think that'll quite get me all the way there, though. He just like glances up at Vakta. I can pay ye.
I don't need money for it. Just here. Just we'll help each other out enough in the long run. It's fine.
Cliff, Vardruk will converse with Batsu and figure out how much of the materials that Vardruk has he would need to eventually improve his armor. And then
what is your armor right now?
it doesn't have any pluses on it. So he wants to bump it up to +1.
So he could definitely do that. Sim said that he's not able to connect back with it, and he has to go anyway. So that's going to be the end of Sin's presence here for the rest of the night.
Ooh.
So fuck it, he turns the table back.
Oh,
And he comes back anyway.
Oh?
He looks like a spinning circle, though.
it's just that circle that follows us around forever.
Yes.
Goddamn circle!
Bob brings up a good point in the chat that he is a changeling.
It's true.
This is just him. Just him.
Yeah. That's
Why
his
he
true
chose
form.
this shape, I don't know. This is just the shape he chose.
Nah, it's its true form.
Goddamn squiggle!
So yeah, he's going to give Batsu whatever materials he would need to do that job, and then he wants to give the rest to
You
Grimble.
definitely don't have enough to do that.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, so for I'm trying to get over to the page right now. I really need to update the site with all this stuff so I have it in one location and I don't have to flip through everything. That seems too easy. So for him to upgrade your armor, what is the value of adamant armor? So for him to upgrade that to a +1, it would be about 4,000 gold worth of reagents.
Okay.
I don't think that any of you guys have that amount currently on you, even combined.
Okay. No worries.
But,
That's fine. If I don't have the parts, I don't have the parts. That's fine.
Well, no. So there's enough for you to be able to do it. I mean, if you're asking everybody on the boat,
I don't want to take away from their materials.
I don't care. What am I gonna use them for?
Well, I mean, if Vardrak's trying to upgrade his armor, Grandma wouldn't want to have him
Well,
sacrifice that.
If well, we don't have enough right now anyway. So if Grimble still needs more, taking Vakta's portion as well, then he's gonna give you what you need.
yeah. So if you guys give him what you have, subtract the reagents from yours, and then you can add 216 to yours, Jake.
Okay.
Which would put you at like just enough. Ah, what the fuck just happened?
Sin left again.
Yeah.
Now we're all sin. Look at the ultimate change.
Cool.
With the best changeling, yes. I move my head this way a little. It's in the center.
God damn it. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
Wait.
Yes.
That's carried coin.
Yeah, so it'll be in your carried coin. Well, do you have a
Oh, I have the 100 that I have is apparently in the bank, not on me.
so
that
never
just means that
mind. You have a do you have one of the
Oh,
the
no,
crafting-
I do have one of the crafting bags.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so you would just take it out of when they give it to you, then you would
Right, okay.
put it right back into that bag that you have there.
Okay. So then how do I roll for that?
So what you got to decide is, are you gonna try to make the basic components yourself to save yourself a little bit of money, seeing how you're kind of pinched for it right now, or are you going to attempt to just use what you have and just kind of muscle through it with what you got?
Probably just muscle through with what I got.
Okay. Then just give me a tinker roll.
Okay.
Nice. All right. So
That's a good roll.
put over here, tinkerer's tools, and we're gonna count this as crafting. So in your notes, put that you have 20 experience in this, because we are gonna actually start counting it towards levels.
Okay.
All right. And Batsu's working on his glove, and you guys are still at the seas. As you guys travel throughout the week, there's a few storms that brush through, but for the most part, it's been decent weather. You guys are noticing now at this point that the weather is starting to get a bit warmer. It's no longer like frigid temperatures at night. It's staying at this point around the 50s, even at night.
Be warming up.
Nice. Like over the course of this voyage, like Vakta's hearing like Vardrak's thoughts in her head more and more.
Ignoring it as best I can. Every time.
The most recent one you would hear was like almost like a more sinister version of Vardrak's voice going, "One of these days you're going to be too late." And then followed by her own voice she starts hearing saying, "I'm sorry, I love you." And you just see him just kind of staring off into space while you're hearing this, and that's it.
That's fine. Everything's fine.
John, I hate you.
Sorry, am I forcing emotional responses out of Vagta?
You're forcing them out of me.
Hashtag Krampus
Let's see.
2.0.
No, screw you.
Can't get away from the LARP character.
What do I have to roll to maintain composure?
Constitution.
Oh, I was gonna say deception.
Mm.
Well, deception would be actively trying to deceive somebody.
Ah.
You're not doing that good of a job.
Every time she hears this, she just looks incredibly confused and uncomfortable. Like, this can't be real. This can't be what's happening. But she's just like, every time she hears it, she just gets a little twitchy and just like, no, don't like this.
Vardrock,
Okay, lass.
yeah, Vardrock's looking at the same time like, yeah, you okay?
I'm good. I'm fine. I'm just antsy staying on the ship for so long. Kind of really excited to get to land.
Yeah, can understand that. Would you like to do some training? He gets
On a
his-
boat?
Yeah, best time. Never know when we might get into a fight on these waters.
I'm not gonna rock the boat.
Grimble,
Yeah.
Grimble looks up from what he's doing and just goes, "Keep your clothes on," and then looks back down and keeps going.
Yeah, I guess we can keep our clothes on this time.
Vati just promptly sits down exactly where she's at, crosses her legs, folds her arms. She's like, I'm not doing it. Not on a boat, not rocking it. It's not happening.
Well, that's the whole trick. You have to learn how to fight without rocking the boat and losing your footing while making your opponent lose theirs.
Nope. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Right now, no.
So you want to prepare for it when it's already happening?
It's called learning on the fly, Vardrock. You do a lot of it when you grow up on the streets. Not doing it now.
Fine. He turns ravage.
Bakta's like scooting next to Batsu by the mast and just like staying as close to the center of the boat as she can. 'Cause she's like, we're all gonna die.
Like as soon as he yells ravage and he's turning around the face and Ravage is already running at him going roar! And they're like scrapping like right next to you and shaking the boat.
Yeah, so the boat's just. And at this point, you guys have been doing it for so long. You guys have been on this boat now for like about 32 days. And you guys have done this so frequently at this point that like the crew are just like sliding over and adjusting their weight whenever the boat starts to move a little bit to counterbalance it.
Just have that look of just glazed over, just over your bullshit.
Yeah.
Like the captains talk to them a few times about it, and they're like, yeah, we'll keep it down. And then like the next day, it's the same shit.
Like, shit's about to slide off into the water. You just like, without even looking, just catch it, slide it back over.
Not me booze again.
So on night 38, Grimble, you wake up and it is storming.
No.
And you are getting that sickening feeling in the pit of your stomach as you look around, and it looks exactly like it did from your dream.
He just shouts, "Vardrock!"
Does he say anything in his sleep?
Who?
Grimble.
He's awake.
Is he able to say this out loud while he's having this image?
It's not an image. It's storming out like a motherfucker.
Oh, this is happening. Okay.
He goes and wakes everyone up and ready your weapons. He's like
How
not
did-
taking any chances.
Question, just out of curiosity, how is Grimble waking up Vardrak?
No, this
He just shouted your name, he said.
Okay. Alright. Vardrak sits up with a swing of his hammer and he's like, what's going on?
This is very similar. Like sees Grimble like not necessarily shake, but you know, he's visibly uncomfortable.
Uneasy, yeah.
Points off in the distance at the storm that's coming in. It's like, this is how he got me the last time.
That weird dream you were talking about? Captain, is there any chance we can get around this storm?
The captain wakes up. He's like, there's no break in it that I can see from here. I think that this is just going to be one we're going to have to weather.
Okay. But your dream, you said that you don't know how you got into the water, you were just in it.
I was holding the gun that the boy handed me, and then I was in the water. I asked him what the grass on the barrel was for.
All right, well, everybody just needs to hunker down, make sure you're holding on to something or someone, and we're just going to have to deal with this.
Grimble gets his gun ready and kind of wraps one arm around the mast, kind of moving in circles with his arm around the mast, pointing his gun.
I don't know if you can shoot the storm. I'm no sailor, but
It's not the storm I'm worried about, lad. It's what might come out of it.
Give me a intelligence check.
Who?
You.
That's not gonna go well.
As you're peering off in the distance, through the breaks in the waves, looking through the water, you're seeing what appears to be glowing yellow lights under the water.
Nope. No, he's just gonna start firing shots into the water. Just not taking any chances. Just pot shot after pot shot.
jeez.
And the captain's like, "What are you doing?"
The yellow dots, hit them now! Now!
And he's like, Vakta, shoot where he's shooting, I guess.
okay. Vakta's just trying to wake up, but you know how she is. Very delayed and slow, and just oh, it's my boat. So she's just it's storming. She's tired. She's and she's just getting her shit together. She'll get there.
Fires in a random direction, goes back, lays down.
So the
It would be very like her.
Good news is every shot is a hit.
Oh, God.
Good.
No.
Maybe.
Oh, we're just
Fuck whatever this thing is. Grimble's over its shit.
Nothing's happening. You guys are firing at the water and nothing is happening.
Okay.
But you're hitting the water with every shot.
Oh, the water, yeah.
Alright. Can I roll perception to see what Vakta is seeing?
Sure.
Oh.
Another
Damn.
20. So As you look out in the distance, you're seeing, like, you have super good visibility that you're seeing off of the distance. Even though there's like this torrential downpour, you're seeing everything. And I mean, you see him shooting into the water. The waves are cascading everywhere, and then suddenly, everything just goes black for you, Vakta. You're able to see on the boat and a little bit of the glow off the boat from the lantern that you guys have lit. But off in the distance, it is complete blackness.
Ruh-roh. Let's see.
Okay, first, fuck Sin.
Does it go black for everyone or just Vakta?
Just Vakta.
No, just
me.
Vakta.
That's
That was
me.
Sin.
Fuck Sin. Vakta's panicking because since she put on this armor that has heightened her senses, she's been able to just see and hear and noticing so much more visibly that suddenly her vision's just gone. And she's never been without dark vision, so she's just like, I can't see anything. I don't know where to shoot. I can't see anything.
Like she's sounding panicky?
Yes.
You kind of feel like Vardrock's unmistakably big, scaly hand grab yours. And he's like guiding you to like sit down. He says,
I can see the boat. I can see the boat. I can't see anything outside of it.
Okay.
I can't see in the dark.
Okay. It's fine. We'll deal with it. Just relax. Relax your eyes. We'll handle it.
Meanwhile, at the front, oh!
It's over there.
Boom! 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 Everything's gonna be fine. Never take me, you slimy fuckers!
Ah!
Oh, that's such a great mental image.
And while you're comforting her, you guys all feel on the bottom of the boat.
Gribble like jumps and then like points his gun straight down.
Don't shoot through my ship.
Vardrock is like, just wait here, my love. I'm going to see what that is. He gets up and he like looks over the side of the boat. Can he see through the water to see what the fuck this is?
Give me a perception check.
I don't want to. This is why I don't want to. This is why I don't want to, Cliff.
Give me another 20.
That's pretty odd.
So you look over the edge and like the water just looks black as ink. And the waves are just kicking the ship all around, and for a moment there, like, it's raining horizontally. And you feel this you feel this pain in your mind just looking over the edge as you take 2 points of psychic damage.
He reels back and he's like, and then he like grabs one of the oars and he like like without looking, he just kind of like starts jamming it over the side to see if he hits anything solid.
Give me an athletics.
Now that I can do. I can just roll everything athletics. The world will be a better place.
As you're stabbing the ore into the water, you don't feel it connect with anything. But for a moment there, you feel like this tug. It almost feels like something was pulling on the ore, and as soon as you feel that, you yank it back up.
I'm going to look at the end of the paddle and see if there's any sort of substance, blood, slime, anything that's not water.
Nothing.
I'm going to look at the captain and say, are we stuck or are we still moving?
And the captain's like looking around. He's like, for the best that I can tell, the sail's still up. We're still moving.
Well, anybody that can row, get on it. And he's going to grab 2 oars and he's just start going at it.
Yeah, so the crew just starts getting up and they hit the paddles and they start rowing with you.
I kind of want to do a dumb.
Oh.
No, I'm not gonna do a dumb.
Oh.
Though I really want to.
I mean.
So at this very second, what is Grimble doing?
I mean, he'd probably be looking over the side of the boat with Vardrak, honestly.
Okay. What is Vakta doing?
Holding on to the bench or whatever that Vardrak set her down on, because she's never been without being able to see. She's not handling it well. She lost composure.
And Vardrak, you went to one of the oars to start rolling?
Yes.
All right. Grimble, I need a acrobatics check. And Vakta, I need an acrobatics check with advantage.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Acrobatics.
Oh my god. Dropped the 1.
Wow. Thank God for that.
But hey.
So, Grimble, as you're looking over the edge, the boat kicks a bit, and you feel yourself fall forward, and you catch yourself on the very edge of the boat without going in. And for a brief second, you think you see something under the surface.
Grabs his gun and jumps in.
Oh no.
Really?
He's chasing after it. He thinks it's the guy from his dream.
I can't see you anymore. You're done.
Sucks to
No idea.
suck, I guess.
Is anybody looking in his general direction?
I would imagine Vardrak was as he's rowing. He's just kind of like taking direction from the captain of where to row and everything. So if Grimble was at the front of the boat, then yeah, he would see him.
What about Vakta? I know you don't have your dark vision, but
She should still be able to see me. She would, in theory,
Yeah.
be watching
yeah.
us.
Yeah. I would at least be watching, seeing what's going on, what I can see. I can roll perception if you want.
I do actually. I want both of you to roll perception.
Fully picturing Grimble like putting a knife in his teeth and then just jumping.
John, I need you to roll one too.
Oh, I'm sorry. Perception?
Yes. Your favorite skill.
We just talked about this.
Well, I tried thinking of a way that you could see him with your muscles, but it didn't work.
I think so.
So, You guys both see the same thing, but you interpret it two different ways. Vardrak, you see Grimble pull his rifle to his chest and dive in. Vakta, you see Grimble fall over the edge into the blackness.
When she sees that happen, she like lurches forward but doesn't quite leave her seat and like lets out a yell, and then she's just like, "Can anybody else see what happened?"
Vardrak's already standing up, and he's like, "Damn it, Kirla, help me get my armor off." And he's like starting to like pull his armor off and shit, and having her come over to like start getting like the other straps on the other side off.
So she's running over and she's trying to help you doff your armor. Grimble, give me a Constitution save, please.
Knew that was coming. Oh God.
Give me a D8, please.
Think it's that one. Yeah.
So, as you jump into the water, you feel the current tug at you a bit. And as it does, and you stiffen yourself up, you get hit in the back of the head with the ship as it's passing over.
Good.
No.
You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage. The blow hits you, and as it does, you do sort of like a forward flip deeper into the water. And by the time you pull yourself back to the surface, you can see the boat at this point is about 20 feet or so in this direction of you.
Do I see any of the other like eyeball or the floating light things around me?
Right now you do not. Give me a perception check.
Where'd he go? God.
Off to the right of where you are, as the waves take you up and you see the waters down slightly, to your right, you are seeing like those glowing lights to your right.
I'm gonna start swimming towards them.
What's everybody on the boat doing?
Vardrak's ordered everybody to stop rowing, and he's just like, as soon as his armor is off, he's just gonna dive in.
So you tell him, like, stop rowing, and the captain's like, the wind's still taking us though. We can't stop the boat.
Well, do what you can. I'm gonna see if I can get him. And then he runs and then just dives over.
Okay. So at this point, by the time you jump in the water, about 3 to 5 minutes have passed since Grimble has hit the water, and at this point, you no longer see where he is.
As he's swimming against the waters, he's just using booming voice to keep yelling out Grimble and then listening to see if he hears any reply. And occasionally he will also he's going to like fire up a firebolt spell like straight into the air. Trying to make
that does nothing. Like as soon as it leaves your hand, it's basically extinguished from this torrential downpour at this point.
Okay.
But the booming voice is definitely going.
Okay. He's just gonna keep swimming in the direction he thinks he saw Grimble go in.
Give me a perception check.
Stop that. Fuck. Hey.
So off in the distance, about 120 feet or so from you, you catch a break of a wave, and you see Grimble is swimming not opposite of you, but like you're swimming this way towards him, and you see he's swimming this way.
He's going to swim to try to meet him in wherever he seems to be going.
And Vakta, what are you doing with this?
Vakta's moved and she's clutching the side of the boat and looking out and trying to see where anything. And I know she can't, and she knows she can't, but she's hit full on panic mode. She can't see Bardrock and Grimble all over the boat, and she's just visibly shaking. Clutching the side of the boat.
Give me a perception at disadvantage.
So at regular.
No. At literal disadvantage.
I don't know if I can, because I think if I hit disadvantage, it just rolls 1.
Well, you could do that twice, though.
Well, that's gonna be it.
Well,
Nice.
Wait, except that no matter what I do, I can't actually roll under a 10 for perception because it's a skill that I have.
Are you
So
sure?
Either way, what's that feature? I have a feat.
Yeah. It's your rogues.
Yeah, it's a rogue
fake
thing. I
shit.
can't roll under a 10 if I have proficiency. So
It's called fake shit. That's what it's called.
reliable
fake shit.
talent. Reliable
Yeah.
talent.
Yeah, reliable talent is tiefling for bullshit.
It's thieves can't for bullshit. Fuck you. Get your languages right.
Nah. Hey, Melissa, give me a D4.
Got
Okay.
3.
All right. So Grimble, give me another Constitution check, please. Or Constitution save. Sorry.
Yeah.
Give me another Perception.
Me?
No.
Go ahead.
Grimble.
Okay.
Sorry.
nice.
Awesome.
So at this point, you are pretty much headstrong, heading towards these yellow glowing lights that you're seeing. And right now, you're about 50 feet or so away from them, and the waves are just kicking you up, and you're hearing the sound of Vardrock off to your left in the distance. John, give me another perception check.
Okay. I also want to do a thing with Ravage when he gets a turn.
Can I like shoot my gun up into the air to try to like reply back to Vardrock's voice?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, so Vardrock, you're calling out for him, and you just hear this echo off in the distance of the direction that you assume he's heading in. And what do you want to do with Ravage?
He's just going to go over to Vakta and says, "What will you have me do, Your Majesty?"
We can't risk losing any more people if they don't come back. We still need everyone on the ship that we can. So just, if you can see them, let me know. I can't see past this darkness.
He will look out and see what he could see.
Do. Eh?
Just looking out into the distance, at this point, you don't see any, or Ravage doesn't see any of them. Right now, Vardrock is about 110 feet off the boat. And Grimble at this point is probably maybe close to 250 feet away from the boat at this point. And at this point, the deckhand are like actively trying to row backwards against the current and the wind, but everything is just blowing them like they're at the mercy of the storm right now.
Okay.
Grimble, you get to this point where you are basically directly over and underneath where you're at. You can see that there are 6 glowing yellow. They look like dots at this point. They look like they're underneath the water a pretty good distance.
Okay.
But from where you're at right now, it's a very bright glow.
Take a big deep breath and try to swim after him.
All right, give me a Constitution save, please.
Oh God.
So, Vardrak, you have lost sight of where Grimble is. It's been a minute or so at this point, and you haven't heard any response back to your shouting. You haven't heard any further gunfire going off.
And I'm assuming just kind of floating in the last area that I visibly saw him.
I mean, yeah, you searching around like actively, but like I said, the waves are kicking you up. I mean, you're hitting like 12, 15-foot swells. And like just looking around, it's just absolute emptiness. And as you look back over your shoulder, you can see the faint glow of the lantern from the boat, which is off in the distance, like I said, at this point about 150 or so feet away from you.
I mean, he's going to also dip his head under the water a few times, and holding his breath, looking around to see if he sees anything.
Yeah, under the water, it's just blackness.
It's been over a minute, nothing.
Bye, guys.
And like, as far as the boat, the distance from him to the boat, does it look like he's reaching about the max distance of where he can still reliably see the boat?
I mean, the boat's getting hazy. Like you could tell that it's getting further away from you. Like I said, you could still see kind of a soft glow around where the lantern is, but the boat's getting to the point where it's, you could tell that it's getting dangerously far away from you.
I mean, he's really trying to hold out here. What distance?
Why do our friends kill themselves?
I don't know.
Is being with us that bad?
Like, I want out of this campaign. Ooh, water.
Why is always new water? What the
Fucking
fuck?
traumatizing effects.
What was the range that you said that he's at from the boat, Cliff?
Who?
Vardrak.
Right now, you're about 150 feet away.
Just out of range. Okay. Yeah, without seeing anything under the water, not hearing anything for well over a minute, he's going to very, very reluctantly start swimming back towards the boat.
So at this point, Grimble, you've been under the water now for about 2 minutes or so, and you're still swimming down into the blackness, focusing on these yellow lights that are just glaring at you, and they're getting larger as you're getting closer to them. Give me another Constitution check real quick.
Check or save?
Or save, sorry.
Haha.
You hear this rumbling, and your stomach just flips, as this is the exact sound that you heard from your dream or your vision. And
Okay.
you're still swimming closer and closer to these lights.
Yeah, keep on going, I guess.
Give me one more Constitution save. As you get towards this area, you notice that you're starting to see something solid. And as you get close to it, you see that there are these 6 orbs that are emitting this bright yellow light. And they're in this sort of semicircle pattern. And underneath them, you see that there is an old crate that looks completely waterlogged and has seaweed wrapped around it, and it's half buried in the dirt. And you realize at this point that you are actually at the surface of this ocean. You're at the floor of it.
Can I go try to crack the crate open?
Yeah. As you walk up to it, you see that the crate itself is in not the best of shape, and as you go to pop it open, the wood basically just crumbles, and this jet of water shoots up next to you and shoots directly up to the surface. And as it does, you hear this kind of whoosh, and inside of this crate,
That's a lot of rolls. Jesus Christ!
All
What's
the
going
tentacles.
inside this crate, you see that there is this like burlap sack full of different things. And you make out that there is like a necklace, and there's jewelry, and there's coins, and it's all in this bag that was in this container. And directly next to where the bag is, there's this circular impression in the ground where it looks like something was there that is no longer.
Does it look like anything that I would recognize? Any visible markings that would make sense?
No. In fact, it's just the opposite. Nothing about this is making sense to you. There's this bag of treasure. It looks like something was in there with it. You heard a noise of something shooting out when you opened it, but you saw nothing. And these glowing orbs, as you're there looking at them, they appear to be just 6 gold coins that somehow you caught the light of them just right to be able to follow them down here.
Can try to grab the thing with the impression on it.
The
Does it
bag, you mean?
Well,
So there was a crate that was opened. There was
Right.
a bag there, and then next to the bag, in like the dirt of the sea floor, there's an indent where it looks like something was there, but there's nothing there now.
Oh, okay. So I guess I'm gonna grab the bag and start swimming back up.
Okay. So at this point, the boat is about 300 feet or so off into the distance. All you can see is just the haze when the water bobs you in the boat just right. But it is out there. Vardrak, what have you been doing since you started making your way back to the boat?
Still looking around, keeps looking back, seeing if he finds any sign whatsoever, hear any sort of sound of his gun going off again. I'm just kind of waiting to see, like, before he gets there, if he hears anything, he's going to try and get to him again.
So you make it back to the boat and you hear no sounds. And you pull yourself up, and, you know, Batsu and everybody's like, where's Grimble? What is going on?
I couldn't find him. Let's do what we can to turn around and head back.
And, like, as you say that, and the captain's, like, telling you, like, there's no way that we're going to be able to do that. If we try turning this boat at this point, it's going to set us completely off course. And as he's explaining this, you hear the echo of a gunshot off in the distance.
And Virgil goes, there, head there.
And the captain's like, dude, go ahead and do it.
It's not that far. We can make it. He sits down, he grabs an oar, and he starts going for it.
Hey, John, high or low?
Hi.
What?
I mean, if we're rounding.
Well,
We'll go ahead. And
Yeah, Batsu's still there. You could run and get him, maybe.
Yeah. Runs
Yeah.
across the ocean.
I don't know.
He
how
did it
easily-
once.
I don't know how easily you'd be able to run on the water that has, you know, 12-foot swells to it.
He's just up and like half piping it.
I don't think it works that way.
Sure.
He can walk on walls.
Uh-huh.
So they hit the oars and they try turning the boat the best they can, and they start heading in the direction from where they heard the sound. And Gribble, as you're swimming in the swell here, you start seeing the glow of the boat get closer and closer, as eventually you swim up to it. You have this, you know, this sack on your shoulder here, and everybody on the boat, you see him swimming up to the boat.
Vardrak is going to be the first to throw down his oar and, like, reach over the side, like, hanging on to the boat with one hand and, you know, reaching out with the other.
Like passes up the sack first. She's like, grab that.
He grabs and just throws it over his shoulder and then reaches his hand out again.
Reaches up, grabs his hand, climbs back in the boat, and just like takes a real deep breath and just like panting, trying to get his bearings back and take a deep breath.
Like I told you, we're in this together now. You go over, we go over.
He goes, sorry about that. I saw the lights again. I had to know what they were. But I did recover that.
What was it? A sea creature or what? What did you see?
The lights were just coins. I don't know what they were. That's all they looked like.
Coins?
you're kidding.
They must have been some special coins, but let's check what's in the bag. He crawls over there and tries to start pulling open the bag.
Yeah, as you open it, it just tilts over, and you see these coins just spill out in all of these assortments of different things. So you end up seeing that there is some blowgun needles that are in there. You see that there is this bottle that looks like a very high-priced whiskey or wine bottle with a cork in it. And it has gold leaf, and it has all of these amethyst stones that are set in it. You see that there's a necklace that looks like a pearl necklace, but it's warm to the touch, and it's like emanating this orange light. There's more jewelry, like a silver and gold brooch. There's a little chalice that still has some of the sand from the sea floor in it, and it has these moonstones around it in a semicircle. And then at the very bottom of the bag, there's this small gold idol.
Any of these things mean anything to you? Would it be anything that I recognize as of value or anything?
I mean, it all seems valuable. Nothing noteworthy.
Okay.
Vakta, even with your limited vision, you still can see all of the treasures that are spilling out here.
I want them all, but I'm more angry that he jumped overboard than...
At least I made it worth it.
And as you guys are, talking back and forth about what happened and everything, you count out that the bag had 2,000 platinum, 16,002 gold, and there were about 300 crafting reagents in there as well.
You're fucking welcome.
Archer goes from being incredibly angry to lift. She can't be happy about someone jumping overboard. It doesn't matter what they bring back. Ew.
The worst rogue.
The loudmouth dwarf finds more than ye did. I may make dumb choices, but they're plentiful dumb choices.
Just next time, let me know what you're going to do first. Backup helps.
You knew as soon as you saw me jump.
Yeah, but I still had armor on. I can't jump in with this on, or otherwise...
Is anybody calling dibs on any of the items?
Can you go over what they were again?
Do you have the little window where we can see them?
Nope.
Or is that still something that only is for...
Well, see, some of the things could be magical and unidentified, so you're not supposed to see what they are.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can you list what they were again?
I heard something about a pearl necklace.
Yep, so there are two... there's a blowgun needle that is a +2, meaning +2 damage.
Oh, wow.
There is a bottle stopper, a cork embossed with gold leaf. It's just a treasure. There is a pearl necklace that glows with an orange tinge to it. There is a silver and gold brooch. There is a silver chalice that has moonstones on it, and there is a small golden idol.
I want all of it, but I'm just gonna call dibs on the chalice and the pearls.
Anybody else want those?
Anybody gonna fight me for them?
No, Grimble's gonna hold on to the idol. And wait, was one of the things you said the brooch?
Yeah.
Okay, he's gonna take the chalice and the idol.
I said chalice.
Oh, you said
I thought
chalice?
you said the brooch. I'm sorry.
I thought.
I said chalice and pearls.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna take the brooch and the idol.
Vardra can just take whatever. He's just helping Vardra get the Vakta get the pearls on.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna give the blowgun needle to Batsu.
Yeah.
Everybody, go ahead and give me a percentile die. I'll do one for Sin. All right, so Jake, you won the bottle stopper.
Yay! That makes sense.
It does. It really does. All right. Boom.
I like money.
I like
What can
money.
I say except you're welcome?
You're welcome.
Boss is gonna come back and be like, "Where the fuck did all this come from?"
He's here. He probably just like
Oh,
passed
yeah.
the fuck out.
It
I don't
wasn't
know.
chat.
You were
Yeah.
sleeping. We just set it on your chest.
We start shoving it into his pockets and just.
Fox
Pat
is a
his
sick
head.
fuck. She shoves it into his mouth. Why are you coughing
Everybody's
out
gonna
coins?
choke on coins.
It's my vice.
What?
Vardrock has a painful flat. No.
So yeah. So the remainder of the trip after that is pretty uneventful. As you guys get even closer and closer, you notice that the temperature gets warmer and warmer, and you're getting to the point where it's 60s at night, and then you're getting to the point where it's 70s at night. John, I need you to do a roll on the Dracarius table.
Oh. Oh shit. Okay, the 15 was the I didn't.
All right, and you had a plus
I
5,
keep forgetting
so it's
because-
a 20.
Yeah, because I like when you do it on anything else, you have to double click, but that one is a single click, and I always forget that.
Yeah. So you did a 15 plus 5, so it's actually a 20. So you rolled the highest you can roll. So you get another double payout.
Okay.
And then go ahead and do me another roll.
Oh boy. Okay. One roll.
And that is also with a plus 5. So that gives you another bonus too. So you double the money again.
Okay.
And let me do. Oh, I can probably just take this.
All goes well when we get back. Then like everybody can like hopefully start on their strongholds, which will be super exciting.
John, I need you to give me an amelioration roll, and Jake, give me a tinker roll.
I want to reroll that.
You already did a reroll a day.
It's limited per day.
No,
Okay.
I just like getting a rile out of you. Go ahead.
Motherfucker. Come on. Yeah. Now, what is a plus? I know plus 20 does something, or a
There's
nat
2
20.
successes.
Is mine a pass or fail?
Yours is a fail.
How many player points do I have right now?
Thanks to the Table of Fate roll, you only have 1.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. I don't like that roll.
But
So,
if
Cliff.
someone wants to be a doll, they could buy you a player point.
Come on, chat. Do me a solid.
Anybody who
Cliff,
wanted to could buy a player point. Go ahead.
Being that was I only needed 1 success for the upgrade.
Uh-huh.
Is that 20 wasted basically, or do I
Yes.
get 1 towards my next attempt? Because I do have 2 of the harness sets to keep it progressing.
High or low, John?
I mean, can't you just say yes? I mean, that would be nice. High. God damn it.
No.
I meant low.
Nope. So you did succeed. So you get your increase, which takes you up to 17 in Constitution. And but no, you're starting over now.
Boo.
So yeah, it's just wasted. And for Grimble, you now have 1 pass, 1 fail on your build. If you get 2 more fails, then what you're working on is destroyed, and all the money you put into it is lost. No biggie. No biggie. And then Batsu. Batsu. What kind of name is Batsu?
Oh, I could just imagine us running some NPCs and talk like that. I can't.
You gotta wait till you get to some of the other islands. Now hold on there, boy. We don't take kindly to your kind around here.
But then if you go too far, you'll hit the island that's just covered in drow with an Australian accent.
Yeah,
they're from down under.
We're all from the down under, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that. I'll have to have Sin roll his because I can't figure out where his shit is that makes him roll with proficiencies. All right, and then I need 1 more roll of amelioration, John, and 1 more tinker roll, Jake.
Oh, fuck.
Uh-oh.
I've used up all my good fortune.
Please?
Yep, that's a pass.
Thank God. So we need
Just barely.
5 before 3?
Yep.
Okay.
So you're at 2 pass, 1 fail.
Before I roll this, I think I asked you this question already, but I forgot the answer.
Sure.
In the same way that, like with professions, you can get proficiency in the kits that they're using to craft.
Yep.
Is there a way to get proficiency in like amelioration? Like he's been using the same type. Like is he getting better?
The ameliorations are three passes to 3 fails every. Or I'm sorry, it's your modifier to 3 fails every time.
Mm-hmm.
And if you hit your 3 failures first, you just reset, but you don't lose any of the money or anything like that. But there's no proficiency bonus to it.
Okay.
With the crafting, you get the proficiency bonuses because of the fact that if you fuck up, you lose everything.
It's such a high risk. Yeah. Gotcha. Would that be a fail?
Yeah, that's a fail.
How many points do I got left?
You have 3. You can reroll it.
Yeah, let's reroll it.
Go ahead.
God damn it. Okay.
So that is a fail. Jake, also make sure you do your 11 plus 5. Well, Dredson, he said he's gonna help you out.
Oh.
So if that's the case, before I say what I was finna say,
there you go.
Boom. All right, Jake, you got 2 player points now.
Oh, thank God. So I'm gonna re-roll that shit.
Okay, go ahead and re-roll that 11. All right, so what we're gonna do is don't even bother re-rolling.
Okay.
I'm just gonna use that 15 as your re-roll.
Okay.
So now you have 1,
2 passes.
or 2 passes, no fails, and go ahead and give me another roll.
Tinker.
Yep. All right, so that is 3 passes. Oh shit, actually, I need to recant that. I need you to do that last roll with your wood carver tools.
Oh, right, because it was different. Oh, shit. Fuck!
Oh, no. What did you do?
So that is 2 passes, 2 fails.
Oh, no.
This stress is real. My goodness.
Cliff, that don't count.
Thank you, Heathcliff, but fuck!
So as Grimble is cursing and yelling and dwarven about something that you guys don't understand, you guys are starting to see off in the distance land. And the captain, he like gets your attention. He says that that's where we're headed right there. That's Anthrop. It's the capital. I want to welcome you guys to Ethrat. And as you guys start to pull up and dock into this location, you notice that there are these large, sprawling wooden buildings. There's thatch roofs, but they're massive, bigger than you've ever seen. Even the perimeter wall is made of wood instead of stone. You don't see hardly any stonework here at all. You're seeing that most of the people here are of darker colored skin. The elves have a nice tan to them. You see that there are a few tiefling, and all of them have dark. You even see one that has like an ebony colored skin to it. And you see that there are also these reptilian people that you've never seen before. As you guys pull up and dock and get out, this is your guys' first taste of this tropical land. There's sand all off of the wood of the docks, and it's not the grungy brown sand you're used to. It's pure white sand. The water is of a turquoise color, and even as you guys are pulling up, you can see that like it's crystal clear all the way down to the bottom. And that's where we're going to end it at for the night.
Oh, now we get clear water.
Vokta's never going to say it out loud, but now she never wants to go home. This is beautiful. Let's get a new kingdom here.
The whole time they're pulling up, Vardrak's looking out, trying to look all proud and strong, and in Vokta's head, she's hearing, "No one's strong like Vardrak, no one's great like Vardrak."
That's too good.
John, I hate you.
So on that note, thanks for everybody that popped in here tonight. Thanks to Samara Dev for the follow. Dredson, thank you for the Prime subscription. I appreciate that. Ruin, thanks for the host. And Dredson, thank you for the bits. I appreciate you guys popping in here. Next week, there's a little scheduling snafu. So we're not going to be doing it on Tuesday. We're going to be doing it next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And, well, next week on Thursday. Not next Thursday, because that would be in 2 days, and we're not doing it in 2 days. So Thursday the 7th is when we're going to have our next game. 8 p.m. The players will learn of this new tropical land that they've never been to. Thursday the 7th.
Thursday.
So thank you guys so much for popping in here. I appreciate the hell out of you guys. Thank you to all the players for not only this, but just for being flexible and being able to accommodate the shift and schedule and shit like that. I appreciate it. So the last thing that I want to do is to raid somebody. And we've had some pretty good luck the last like 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks even. So let's see what's going on here. I'm kind of torn right now. Do I want to raid out the people that I've been raiding out on Thursday that's playing Dungeons & Dragons? Or do I want to raid FaZe, who's not playing anything related to Dungeons & Dragons, but I love FaZe? These are the hard decisions I have to make.
I think the D&D people would get more benefit out of the
They would.
host
Yeah.
than FaZe would.
They would. I mean,
But-
I don't know about the benefit of it, but it's better.
Better exposure for them.
Yeah.
Phased don't need no help.
I disagree
true.
with that, but I do think that keeping it D&D related would be better. So we're gonna go see Ascension Stories. They're another D&D group that's running a homebrew campaign. So if you like us, chances are you might like them. So thank you guys again so much for popping in, hanging out. Remember, next week it'll be on Thursday the 7th at 8 p.m. Thursday, 8 p.m. So we'll see you guys then. Hey, Tipsy. Hi and bye.
Hi and bye, Tipsy.
So, see you guys. Have a great night. I like this water. It's really nice.